Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong, and I'm working in my everyday journal. Oh goodness, that's a label I want to save. Sticking to the scissors. And I thought I would just cut a few things out and get a few things glued in. I love to keep up with these kinds of journals when I'm using them. If you let it get too much out of control, it can feel overwhelming. It doesn't have to be, but you start thinking, I need to use all this stuff. Well, you don't have to use it all. You don't. This is a piece of, I love this. Look at this piece of fabric I found. It is so wrinkled. I brought it out here so I could iron it a little bit. And what do we have? Just all sorts of things. And these beads are for the Friday packs. I'm working on those. So let me put those to the side. I'm going to try to do better about, first of all, making more packs, because I've gotten messages that sometimes you want them and they sell out, because I haven't been able to make that many for the last couple of weeks or so. And also, I'm going to try to do better about announcing ahead of time when they're going to be ready. It's taken me a little while, but I feel like I'm getting in a groove with being here all the time. So this little container, this came from the Dollar Tree. And I know in the past, this Yes brand, like Yes to Cucumbers, Yes to Carrots, all that, it's been considered a pretty good brand. This is just the eye treatment. So I got a little bottle of that for $1.25. This necklace, it is basically rusty. It came from Joann's. I like it, but the metal is not a great quality. And it doesn't even feel good on your skin. So I'm going to incorporate this somehow into this journal. Maybe make a little note. Maybe sew it into place somehow. I don't want it on that page. It would be really pretty in this area of the journal. We will have to figure that out. But that's why that is there. So here is a little business card from a local belly dancer. She came into Joann's when we were there, and there's a little promotional card from some junk mail, credit card offer. I brought that out so I could use it as a paint scraper. Oh, okay, so there's a cool pocket. Nice pocket. And this is packaging from the storage bags that I buy to put my orders in before they go out. I like to make sure that things are not going to get wet and ruined in the mail. There is a scratch off, a $1 scratch off card. Wonder if that'll fit in there. Let's put these in here for now. These are from local businesses. And then I love these really large cat stickers from the Dollar Tree. Every so often I'll see a big cat sticker like this that I just have to get it. How can you not love that? And that gives us more of this plastic to play with. Ooh, and this is an exfoliating stretch cloth, it says. These are so nice. I know you can get the African stretch cloths or whatever. I don't necessarily think this one's authentic, but it's still really nice. they stretch, so it's easy to get your back, and it's just a nice exfoliator. So let's put this down somewhere. Nice bright colors. That paint seems so thick. Acrylic paint. It says waterproof. I wonder why. That came out looking like a 29, sort of. You can see I don't worry too much about this paint like going onto other pages or whatever. And maybe for the other part of this, let's just work right into some pink. Maybe even let it mix together a little bit. There's a fun word from some junk mail. And here it is again. I love how junk mail can sound so urgent. This says contact us ASAP. I kind of like one of these on this page. There's that. So maybe for this, I don't know that I want the whole thing, but I do love, oh look, it says feel the difference. That's really cool. That would make a nice tag for journaling, so we'll save that. And I love to take pieces like this and put them in so that the tags, the little opening sticks out a little bit, and that way we can tie some pretty thread or string or some sort of charm can hang on that. I've learned to turn to the next page and just see what's there so that I don't staple through something like this. I know that's there, but I kind of like the layering anyway. But I have done it before where I stapled through something that I did not want to staple through. And it's not the end of the world, but I've learned to just take a moment and see what's on the other side. So this is not, obviously this is not rocket science. I just go through and put things in and make little notes. So I do journal in these. I journal about everyday life. And as you keep adding layers, I think they just get more and more fun. I'll cut that off. I was tempted to leave that top part. And that could be a pocket also. I'm always wishing I had more pockets, honestly. So why don't we do this? We will make it a pocket this way. So I can still glue something here, and we can actually even write a little note or put a tag that says pocket here. So that takes care of that. Oh, and this was just a little fabric sample. It was so wrinkled. It almost feels like, oh, look at that. Does that come off? Now, I don't understand that. It's not a sticker. Maybe that was some sort of backing on it for, maybe it was an interfacing, or this was going to be some sort of a transfer or something. I don't know. I don't know why that was there. It didn't feel like any kind of interfacing. It felt more like some sort of plasticky, like the backing you would pull off with a sticker. But this is not adhesive. You can even write on fabric if you want to. And then I ended up finding these stickers. And I thought I would use some of those. Jay, did you send me these, or I don't remember. I think you sent these in the last Happy Mail. You know what? You might have sent these too. And here's one of those little Savannah tags. You can tell at this point I'm just trying to make sure that we use up what's currently floating around. That fabric's so pretty. I don't want to lose any of that. That was in one of the most recent, I think it was in a Fiber Arts pack or a fun pack. I'm just going to let that hang right there. And I don't know if I did this on camera or not, but that's a piece of that. I just wanted to have that here. I think it's so beautiful. I love that fabric. And what else do we have? So, as I've mentioned before, I do love to put things in packaging like this, pictures, and then, oops, I'm putting that in the wrong way. And then maybe sew a picture inside, like sew around it so it stays in place. Oh, here's from Carolyn. Nurture the child within you. Definitely want this in here. So here is an image, a Serbian girl. That might be pretty in here. So we're going to cut it where we can see her, but we also want to see the packaging. This is from an old National Geographic. And I'm wondering if I have any flowers in here right now. I don't even remember, honestly. I think I do. There's no telling what's in here. Let's just see. And I also need to go pick some things from the garden so that I will have more things in here to use once it gets cold. Well, I'm not seeing anything so far. Oh my. I knew it felt really thick. These are from the camellia. Look how big that is. It's kind of fun though. They don't have a lot of color. I wonder if that's all that's in here. They're pretty neat, I'll say that. I probably shouldn't take all these out if I'm not going to use them. There's more. Those are cool. Yep, it's just all the camellia blooms. Do I want to put one in here with her? Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to put a little bit of glue behind her picture so that it stays where we want it to stay. And we might also put some behind this. It might help the flower to hold together as well as keep it from just rolling around everywhere in here. Now sometimes I do take these to the sewing machine as well. We could do that. Let's see. We want to find... Oh, that must have fallen out of here. I didn't even notice that. I'm not going to use these right now, so I think I'll put these back in. Ooh, I love this blue. So let's get a little piece of that. I hope you can see it. I know that has a glare. But I love making things like that. And I don't know that glue is going to stick that down. It might, but we can staple it somewhere. I think, didn't we end up cutting a pocket in this? Yeah. So I don't want to staple this closed. Oops, there's another one. It might be fun right here. Yeah, that's great. Where's the staples? Okay. And if you're worried about the staples on the other side, like being too sharp or grabbing things, you can put some sort of tape over that. You don't have to. I do that a lot, but you don't have to do it. We need to start putting things on the strings here soon. I mean, you can do it anytime, but I had a label that I especially wanted to use, and it has just disappeared out here. I think I brought it out, but where did it go? That's the question. Well, I'm sure it will turn up, and we can use it when it does. That won't fit on there, but it would fit on a smaller, something smaller. I don't know, we'll do something with this. I'm not concerned too much about it right now. I did wonder about putting this 8 o'clock coffee package in here somewhere. And that would be fun to sew to the edge, but I don't know if I need all of this thickness. That smells so good. Well, I think I'm going to stop for now. At this point, I've got a few Sharpies, and I'm going to make some notes in here, and suddenly I have 3 pairs of scissors on the desk. Okay, I think I'm going to stop for now. I've got some things I want to work on out here, and I will be back really soon. Bye for now.